Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of How To with Blanchard Machinery. My name is Kai, and today we're going to go over the notifications within VisionLink. We're going to navigate to VisionLink, and that's going to be vl.cat.com. We're going to click sign in. My information is going to be saved, but what you would do is type in your username and click continue, and then type in your password. Once you sign in, it'll take you to the home page, and from there you can navigate to anywhere on the website that you need to go. And then we are going to navigate to manage and then notifications. From here you can see that we have multiple different subjects that we can choose from to set these notifications for. Those are going to be health, maintenance, device, asset state, switches, meter changes, utilization, fluid levels, and location. First, in health, we can click add notification, and we can choose from a fluid sample, inspection, or fault codes. Any of these notifications that we choose to set up, we are going to set some parameter that lets us know that a fluid sample, inspection, or fault code has come through. If we click on the fluid sample, we can add one, and we can add the name to it, and you can name that whatever you would like to. You can also choose what alerts for this sample, whether it's an action required or a monitor. Anytime that any of your fluid samples come back with a action required or monitor portion in it, it will notify you of this fluid sample. And then you can choose what assets we're looking for those on, whether it be the entire fleet, so all assets, any job sites that you may have set up for your company, any geofences you have set up, any groups that you have set up within your fleet, and then if you need certain assets within your fleet to only look at. From there, then we'll just add who it's going to go to. So we would enter the email addresses and the contact names. Then we can choose whether it will be sent in an email, you'll get a notification in the application itself, or a text, or all three. Once we do that, we would just click submit, and then that notification is going to come in pretty instantaneously after that fluid sample is uploaded and any of those parameters are met. I'm going to click on inspection just to show you it's the same thing. From these, the only difference between each one of these reports is going to be whether the inspection severity is red or yellow, whereas the fluid samples obviously pertain to only fluid samples, meaning the monitor or action required. Everything else is going to be set up the exact same from your job site or how you want to look at those assets, and then who that email is going to go to, whether it's going to be in an email, app, or text notification. I'm going to show you the fault codes the same way. These are going to be a little bit different. You can enter the name. You're going to choose what type of fault code, whether it's an event code or a diagnostic code, or both. And then from there, you're going to choose the level, whether you want it to be only the high severity fault codes, the medium or low, or all three, or any combination of those three. You can also choose whether you want to monitor all codes or certain specific codes. So maybe you had a issue with a certain machine on a certain issue, you can monitor for that code anytime it comes up. You would just click on selected codes and you're going to scroll through or use the search option to find whichever code you're looking for, and then you can monitor that. Normally we're going to go with all codes, and then we choose the severity level. Then the same way, you're going to choose which assets you're looking for, whether it's the whole fleet, certain ones on certain job sites, or in a group. And then you're going to choose who that notification is going to go to and how it's going to go, whether email, app, or text. That's all for the health fault codes. The next thing we're going to go into is maintenance. And from there, we're going to look at what maintenances are due on these machines. We're going to click the maintenance due. We're going to add the name, which assets we're looking for, and then what exactly is coming up. So whether it's overdue, completed, or coming up within X amount of days, and you can fully customize this on however many days you want to be alerted of that maintenance coming due. From there, you're going to add the contact of who it's going to be sent to, and whether it's email, app, or text, and then you're going to click submit, and that maintenance due notification is set up. The next notification we have on the list is a device notification. If we click that and click device status, this is where we're going to look at those product link devices on your machines. So this is going to give you a notification anytime that one of those product links is either not reporting or goes into a different reporting state than what you want to look at. So normally we're going to set up a not reporting state because that tells us that that machine is no longer transmitting data to us. That's why we're using this platform to monitor your assets, so if one of them is not reporting, we obviously want to get notified of that. Once you get these notifications on this specific notification for the device, you can contact me, send me all the information for it. I can do some troubleshooting on my end, and if I can't do anything remotely, I will send one of our techs out, and I will use Taylor Johnson as our dispatcher to get that done for you. She'll reach out, she'll get it scheduled for you, we'll send a tech out and get that machine back up and going for you so you can continue to monitor it. For this notification, you can enter the name, click the not reporting, or the reporting state, and that's just going to give you any time that changes, whether it's off or on, and then you're going to click what assets you're looking for, whether it's all of them, certain ones, certain job sites, or geofences, and then we're going to choose who this notification is going to. We're also going to choose whether it's in an email, app, or text, or all of the above. Click submit, and now that notification is live. The next notification we have is asset state. So now we're looking at what that machine is doing. If we click add notification, you're going to see an asset status, asset movement, power mode, or operation status. We can click into asset status, and you can see this is going to be one of those asset on or off. So anytime that we're looking at that machine that is the key switch is turned on or off or in transit, or all of the above. What we can do now is also set the time frame that we're looking at. So we don't necessarily want to know anytime the asset is turned on and off during the workday, but potentially after hours, that's when we would want to know about that machine being turned on. You can edit the times on these notifications by clicking edit times, and then you're going to choose whether it's outside work hours, all day, or during work hours. We're going to set this time to look at the hours outside of your workday. So if you work from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., we would come in here and set this notification itself from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. and then from 6 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. So that leaves your work hours open. You are not monitoring the hours during your work hour, only the ones outside of that. You would mirror this for each day that you are working, and then if you are not working on Saturday and Sunday, you would leave these for all day. You click save, that updates your times, and then from here we're going to choose which assets, whether it be all of them on a certain job site or in a geofence, in a certain group that you may have set up within your fleet, or certain assets. From there we're going to click who this gets sent to, and we're going to send it to an email, in an app notification, or a text message. Once we click submit, this notification will be live, and now we're going to know anytime that machine cranks up outside of work hours or during any sort of time period that you're looking at. The next notification within asset state is going to be asset movement. We can actually track that machine moving, so from this asset movement notification, we're going to see anytime that asset moves. So if we've parked it for the day and now we're looking at any time that machine may move outside of those hours that we're expecting it to move, this would be a great notification for that. We can say while on, if the machine is on and it moves, we can get a notification, or for say if we have it parked and maybe it's loaded onto a trailer and that trailer moves, we can also do while off. Again, we're going to choose what time frames that we're looking at, and we're going to look at any times that you're not expecting that machine to move. If you want to edit those times, you would just click on edit and select the times that you're looking at to monitor. The next thing you're going to do is which assets we're monitoring, whether it be all of them in certain geofences, groups, or on job sites, or select assets. From there, we're going to choose who this gets sent to and how it gets sent, whether it be an email, in-app notification, or a text. Once you click submit, the notification will be live, and now we're going to know anytime that machine moves, either while it's on or off, and it will be sent to an email, in-app notification, or a text message. The next notification that we have on the list for asset state is power mode. If we click that, you're going to see that we have an asset enters either run mode, standard mode, or economy mode. So any of these modes that machine may enter, you can select the notification to run off of. And then we're going to select the machine itself, whether it be all of them, some of them, in groups, geofences, or on job sites. And then we're going to select who it gets sent to, whether it's an email, in-app notification, or a text message. Once you select all the people you want it to get sent to, you can click submit and it will be live. The next asset notification that we have on the list is going to be operation status. Once you click there, you'll see that we can enter the name for this notification and then the status that we're looking for. It can be normal, it can be disabled, or it can be derated. I know a lot of customers do use this to monitor any derated machines because obviously we want to know about those when those happen so we can get those back up and going. You're going to select whichever status that you're looking for, and then you're going to select which assets you're looking to monitor. It can be all of them on a job site, in a geofence, in a certain group that you have set up within your fleet, or it can be certain selected assets. From there, we're going to select who that notification gets sent to, and whether it's sent in an email, in-app notification, or a text message. Once you select all the people you want it sent to, click submit, and that notification is live. Next on the list of notifications, we have the switches. You can click add notification for switches, and you're going to see that we can select whichever asset that we're looking for. Normally the machines are going to have the switches already installed, or we can install them for you for any sort of operations that we're looking to monitor. And then we're going to select which asset we're looking for the switch on. Normally it's going to be an open or closed switch that we're monitoring. We're going to select the asset, add it to the group, and then we're going to select who it's going to be sent to. This notification is a little simple because all we're looking is that switch to change the current mode that it's in. So if the switch is always open, we're going to select a switch notification, and then it's going to show us anytime that gets closed. Once you select who it gets sent to, whether it's an in-app notification, an email, or a text message, you click submit, and this notification is now live. The next notification group that we have are meter changes, and this is going to be an hour change that we're looking at. So from this one, we can either say that it exceeds by X amount of hours or increases by X amount. So if you have a daily operational standard of maybe 8 hours a day, and we want to know anytime that machine runs for more than that, so the hour meter increases for more than 8 hours, we would select increase, and then we would come in here and put 8 hours. That is going to notify you anytime that machine exceeds 8 hours in a single 24-hour period. It can be anything. This is again fully customizable, and then of course you can do the exceeds by. So if it exceeds more than 10 hours a day, maybe that's your highest threshold that you're looking for, we would select exceeds, put 10, and now we're going to be notified anytime any of your machines exceeds 10 hours in one single 24-hour period. From there, we're going to select what assets we're monitoring for this notification. So it can be all of your entire fleet, it can be certain job sites, geofences, or any groups that you have set up within that fleet, or select assets. From there, we're going to say who this gets sent to. It can be sent in an email, it can give you an in-app notification, or it can be sent by text, or all three. Once you select everyone you want it sent to, click submit, and now this notification is live, and we will know anytime that any of these hour meters either exceed a certain amount or increase by a certain amount. Next up on the list is utilization. Utilization notifications are by far one of the most popular notifications that I see our customers use. So we're going to come in here and click add notification, and we're going to look at that idle threshold. You can kind of customize this to pretty much anything you want it to. We can do daily idle, weekly, or monthly, and we can do either a percentage or by hours. A lot of times we're looking at daily, so we're going to select daily for this demo, and we're going to look at hours. So if it exceeds 15 hours and that's what it's defaulted to, we can come in here and change this to pretty much anything we like. A lot of times we're going to choose 1 or 2 hours. 3 is the most that I've seen. So I'm just going to put in 2 hours for a day. So now this notification is set up for anytime any of these machines exceed 3 hours of idle time, and then we're going to choose which assets we're looking at. You can choose the entire fleet, either job sites, geofences, or groups that you have set up within your fleet, or select assets. From there, we're going to choose who the notification is sent to, whether it be in-app notification, an email, or a text message. Again, this is one of our most popular ones that we use. A lot of people are really worried about those idle times because we're looking at the fuel consumption and we're looking at meeting EPA regulations. So we want to have these in here so you can be notified immediately, so you can use those as either training opportunities or just data record keeping for your company. Once you hit submit for this notification, it will be live, and now we will be notified anytime that any of these machines exceed 3 hours of daily idle for this demo. Again, that is fully customizable. The next notification we have on the list is fluid levels. So mostly this is going to be dealing with our DEF and fuel levels. So if we click on add notification, we have a fuel loss detected notification, and we can see how much percentage of fuel loss that we have exceeded for that day. You can set this, it's a sliding scale, or you can type in any percent that you want, and once you click out of it, it'll change the little slide over here. And this now will be notified when the fuel loss exceeds 4% for this demo. From here, we're going to choose which assets that we're looking to monitor. It can be all of them, geofences, job sites, and certain groups that you've set up, or select assets that you're looking to monitor by themselves. Now we're going to choose who the notification gets sent to and how it gets sent, whether it be email, app, or text. And once you select whoever you want it sent to, click submit, and now the notification is live, and we're going to be notified anytime any of our assets exceed more than 4% fuel loss for the day. The next notification in fluid levels is going to be fuel level. We can enter the name for it, and now we can say whether it's less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. Most of the time we're going to use less than, so we're looking at these machines to stay at least, a third of a tank full, half of a tank full, or we want to see anytime it drops below a certain amount. So that way we can monitor our fuel levels, make sure we never run out of any fuel on a job site, and get our fuel trucks out there in a timely manner. So maybe we want to notify anytime it's less than 50%. We're going to slide our scale, or we can type in 50% and it'll change our little scale over here to the left. Now we want to see which assets we're monitoring for that. A lot of times this specific one will go off of either job sites or geofences. That way we're monitoring within each of our job sites. But you can do whether it's a full fleet, job sites, geofences, or in certain groups that you have set up within your fleet, or select assets. From there, we're going to choose who this gets sent to. A lot of times this is going to be sent to our either job foreman, a supervisor, or equipment managers, but you can choose anybody within the company that you have set up. You'll select their name, whether you want it sent in an email, in-app notification, or a text message, and you'll click submit. Now, once we click submit, it'll be live, and we will be notified anytime an asset fuel level is less than or equal to 50%. That way we can stay on top of our fuel levels, stay on top of the fuel usage, and we can make sure that this is constantly running. We're never running out of fuel. Everyone who needs to be notified is notified, and we can get that fuel back to the machine. The last on the list for fluid levels is going to be DEF level. This is going to be set up the same way as that fuel level, but it's going to be for the DEF levels this time. Again, we can do less than or greater than or equal to, and then we can type in our levels that we're looking for, or slide our little scale. And I'm just going to type in 15% for this demo. And then we're going to select the assets that we're being notified on. It can be all of them within your fleet, it can be on job sites and geofences or in certain groups, or selected assets that we want to monitor individually. From now, we're going to check who's this going to. We're going to select anyone that we want it to go to, and we're going to select how we want them notified. It can be an email, in-app notification, or a text message, or a combination of the three. Once you click submit, our notification for DEF levels less than or equal to 15% will now be live, and everyone who needs to be notified can be notified. That way we can get the DEF out to the job site if we need to. The last notification that we have on the list is going to be location. This is going to monitor any geofence entries or exits, or a combination of both or one or the other. So if we want to know anytime one of our assets enters or leaves a geofence that we have already set up, we would click these, whether it's both. I'm just going to choose enters for now. That way I can monitor every time a machine enters a geofence. So this one's good for any time that we have movement within multiple job sites, or if we want to see if a machine ever leaves that geofence. Maybe we have a geofence set up around a job site. We never really want that machine to leave the job site, so this is a good notification anytime that happens. We can be notified if someone may be misusing the machine, or maybe if it's stolen. If we click the exit, we're going to select our geofence that we're monitoring, and it can be all of them. I do not have any set up within the account I'm in now, but if you have geofences set up, it'll show a list of those. You're going to select either 1, 2, all of them, however many you want, and then you're going to do the assets on that. Normally this will be all assets because we want to see any of our assets that leave or enter the geofence. But you could do it on a job site, geofence, in a group, or select assets that you want to monitor. And then from there, we're just going to see who it gets sent to. We're going to type in the name and email address. We're going to select whether it's been sent in an email, in-app notification, or a text message, or a combination of those three. Once we click submit, this notification will be live, and we will know every time a asset leaves this geofence that I have set up. That is all for the different types of notifications we have, but if you ever need to edit them, you can come into the 3 dots besides any of the already set up notifications, and you can click edit. You can go in there and you can change the assets, you can change who they're sent to, you can change the frequency of the report, and then you can also do the same thing from the dashboard itself. You can kind of see the recipients that it's being sent to, and you can change as a whole whether it gets sent via email, in-app notification, or a text message. Another way that you can add a notification instead of coming in here and clicking add notification to each of them is to just click the general add notification up at the top, and then you're going to choose whichever type of notification you're looking for. You can also search for certain notifications. I know a lot of companies and a lot of customers have a lot set up, and for multiple places, like our national accounts that may be all across the nation, you can come in here and search for a notification if you know the name of it, or if you know the area it may be tied to, you can search that. It'll bring up anything associated with that, and that way you can kind of limit it what you're seeing on the dashboard itself. Thanks again for joining me for another how-to with Blanchard Machinery. Again, my name's Kai. I work in the Digital and Technology Department. You are more than welcome to contact me for any needs with these notifications if you need help setting them up or editing them, or if you have any questions. My email is going to be productlink@blanchardmachinery.com. Thank you.